What's going on, guys? My name's Citizen Nuketown, and welcome back to another gameplay commentary from me here today. And what you guys are watching is my first 20 plus in COD 4. It's the AK-47 on the map District. It should have been a 20 and 2 in 5 rounds, but it was a 20 and 4 in 6, unfortunately, because of some host magic bullshit, which I left in for you guys. And I'll probably be putting another gameplay for part 2, so look forward to that as well. But in this video, I'm going to be answering the questions that you guys sent me for the Q&A, and I hope you guys do enjoy. I might have missed your questions, and some of them I just kind of left out because they were kind of less serious and, you know, less thoughtful, and I'd like to focus on the ones that put some time and effort into thinking of good questions. So, hope you guys do understand, but let's get started. The first one comes from BXR Stump. If I had the choice, what video game world would I live in? Good question. I would probably choose Roller Coaster Tycoon. That would be a lot of fun to live in. You know, build roller coasters, ride them all day, make tons of money, fuck bitches. If bitches get crazy, I put them on a roller coaster that ends up into a pit of lava and shit like that, and they just kind of die. So that'd be pretty sweet, and get to eat all sorts of junk food at the amusement park. But next question comes from Lucas or Luke Stock. Are you excited for the next Call of Duty? Do you think you'll stop playing COD and move on to other games eventually? And the answer to that is I will move on to other games eventually. I do play other games besides Call of Duty. Probably the biggest one that I do play is The Binding of Isaac. And when Binding of Isaac Rebirth comes out, I'm going to play the shit out of that. And I probably won't post any of it, but I do enjoy it. And eventually I will stop playing Call of Duty whenever I get bored of it and move on to another game. But based on kind of some of the other games that I've played in high school and before that, I will most likely be playing COD for another year or so, maybe a little bit more before shit hits the fan. But good question. And am I excited for the next Call of Duty? I'm hoping it's good. I have no idea if it actually will be good. Who knows? Because Sledgehammer Game is a new company. They did work on the campaign for MW3, but that's I didn't really play that through because fuck campaign on Infinity Ward games. No offense, Infinity Ward. But I'm not having my hopes up for it. But I think anything can have a better start than Ghost did, because Ghost started off to a terrible start. So, moving on, Mark or the Killer Bees asked, what's a country that I like to visit, and what's a country I'd really not want to visit? So, I not want to visit China. I'm not a big fan of super populated places, and quite frankly, I just don't want to be in a country that it's a lot of work to learn that language and understand all the different dialects and stuff like that to communicate effectively. And from what I've heard from my sister, it can be a very dirty and there's some shady business that goes on in China. So I don't know, it's somewhere I don't really want to go see. I'm not a big fan of traveling anyways, so one place that I would want to go to is Australia or New Zealand, one of the two, or both. It'd be really cool to see, a different part of the world and not have to worry about language, and just kind of chill out, relax, and just have fun in the sun. And have a shrimp on the bobby. Yeah, that was a terrible impression. But next one, Owen or 360 Shield Bash asks, what would be, if I had to choose a superpower, what would it be? And no choosing to have more superpowers or any of that bullshit. So I probably wouldn't want to have a superpower. I feel like it would attract too much attention from government type things or powerful people, and have to be controlled and shit like that. But if I did have to choose one, I'd go with teleporting. Pretty badass, and you could keep it a secret more and be a normal person more than someone who has a superpower and have to take responsibility for it or any of that bullshit. And moving on, Classify asks, list my CODs from least favorite to favorite. And first one, World at War. Don't really like it. It's really hacked right now. I don't really feel like it plays like any of the other Call of Duties, and it feels more like a World War II shooter than a Call of Duty. In search, you can't find lobbies, and if you can find them, there's usually a hacker in them. Next, I'm gonna say Call of Duty Ghosts. It does not fit my playstyle at all. I feel like the connection is a little bit unfavorable to what I have, and overall, I just don't like how it plays. I don't like a lot of the features in it. The riot shield, bullshit, danger close, amplify, thermals on every gun, so on and so forth. It's really frustrating for me to play, and I don't enjoy it. MW3 would be the next one and least favorite. Didn't like the recon or sit rep and moving slow and not being able to run around and shit. And I didn't like the competitive atmosphere of it either. But moving on to games that I started to enjoy, MW2 can be really fun. You can move around really quickly. The hit detection is really good. But sometimes it can get a little bit frustrating with how powerful secondaries are. Danger close, noob tubes, one-man army, commando, shotgun secondaries, other bullshit in the game. How quickly snipers, ADS, etc. That's kind of on the middle line of a game that I enjoy to play, and a game that it's alright, I'll play with people if they want me to. Moving on, kind of a toss-up between Black Ops 2 and COD 4. Black Ops 2 I had a lot of fun playing, mostly because it was after MW3, and you could actually move around, run around the maps, and play aggressively, which is what I've always loved doing. And kind of same thing goes for COD 4. It has a lot of good classic elements to it, where everything works well. And it kind of flows properly, but there is some bullshit with it, with hit detection and some like 3x frags and M16s on hosts. It's just, some of it's good, some of it's bad. Like all Call of Duties, a little sprinkle of AIDS on everything. And my favorite game is Black Ops 1, first one I've ever played, so I'm a little biased. But I did like running around in it, and ground war and knifing, which is really fun, and I enjoy knifing in that game. And for Search and Destroy, everything is really balanced between the perks. Not so much the guns. Some guns are just clearly better than others. But overall, nothing is too bullshit, and it's a lot of fun for me to play.